boys, does it piss you off that you will understand a fault in your life? You'll set a goal of where you need to go and get towards it. You'll actually start taking action towards that goal. But it feels like this. It feels like, remember when we did running and we had the parachutes on our back and we'd run and there's like resistance, or we did it with a resistance band with our partners? This is you trying to like run toward your goal, or like, and you fell out of your fucking kayak in the river and you're trying to like swim upstream and you're just going nowhere. Again, this is what it feels like, doesn't it, when you're trying to move towards a goal and you might get 4 or 6 weeks in and you just fucking give up because there was so much resistance to actually try and get and achieve that goal. Like, does that not piss you off? Does it not piss you off that some people don't have that level of resistance that you have, and you can't get to the goal and you just fuck it off and you just end up remaining average? Well, this lecture, we're going to increase your success rate of getting towards the goal. This is like the version 2 of the self-image lecture that we did last time. So, why you feel like you're swimming upstream? This is you, and this is the new you. Okay, the old you has so much from his past weighing him down. It's the identity you've made up for yourself. It's how your friends from your local town see you. It's how your mum sees you. It's how your missus sees you. It's how everybody sees you. And then from that identity of who you are and the lens you view the world, you stack habits in that direction. Your habits may be that you have fucking cake and pizza when you go out, and that's just a habit that you have. Your habit is you just go to the pub and you sink fucking 5 pints, because that's just who you are, because that's what your family expect, it's what your friends expect. So you are so big in the old you with the old habits that the new you with a fucking V-tapered triangular back, abs and thick arms is so fucking far away and so small. His habits are so fucking tiny. Like, it's so little. So what we need to do is trim this fucker down and build this guy up. So this seesaw analogy here can sway in the direction, or in this case, the flow of water can go down towards your goals to make life a lot easier. We can remove the notional resistance band from that fucker pulling you back so you can run towards your goals more efficiently, more strongly. So we need to trim and stack, okay? Old versus new habits. For there to be any change, we need to trim the old version of you, as he's so fucking overpowering. It's the, oh, I did well on my diet for 4 days, but then I just snapped back and I just couldn't help myself. And we ate out and there was cake and I didn't want to, but my missus dragged me there. And then before you knew it, it just happened, yeah? So we need to change that. People will treat you as the current you. So I'll be honest, boys, when I made the most progress in my life, it was when I moved away, because I could create the new version of myself. Now, I'm not saying you need to leave your missus and move halfway across the world. I'm not saying that. But people will treat you relative to the current you. So maybe for a short period of time, you actively identify who are these people that make me do the things I don't want to do. And maybe I just limit it or see them, and I actually actively take control of the environment we meet in. And we go and meet in an area where it's not going to happen, or you just don't see them for the 3 to 6 months where you're focusing on the goal so you can continue to trim this guy and build the other guy up. Actually think of the new you and set the goal. So what we need to do is understand who you are, whatever your name is, 1.0. So we've got me here, Sergey 1.0, A. Where we want to get to, Sergey 2.0, B. Obviously, this is now 1.0 because this is me right now, and I want to get to 2.0, which is bigger and better. So we need to actually set the goal. What does that look and feel like? What is it I'm working towards? So the man you need to become, that's what we need to be thinking of, okay? It's not this. It's not about the scale weight. Remember, it's not about the tactics. It's not about any of that bullshit. It's not about eating in a calorie deficit, doing your steps, doing that. They're just the tactics. It's not about clearing the cupboards. It's about this. It's about what happens upstairs. It's about becoming the man you need to. The question you need to ask yourself is, what would he do? What would he do in my situation? You need to ask yourself that question every time you are challenged. What would he do? Would he go and drink these pints, or would he just continue to stick to his diet and think in that regard? Go deeper though. Don't just think about, like, so when you are this person, it's not about the 10% body fat. It's not about the amount of muscle. It was never about that. It was about the feelings and emotions that you were going to get when you walked around and everyone was like, fucking hell, good effort. You look fucking amazing. It was about that. It was about that recognition. It was about the women that turn their heads to you when they see how fucking good shape you are. It was about those feelings. It was about feeling like a fucking man. That was what it was always about. It was never about the number. It was never about the data, although it's useful to stack. It was never about that. It was about the core and raw feelings. So that's what we need to think about. So it's the man we need to become. It's not about the tactics. So going from A to B, that's not efficient. We don't want to be thinking about going from A to B. Going from A to B would be, right, and I'm going to just make sure I've checked my calories today. Okay, yeah, I've done that, and then and I'm going to go out and do my steps, and do that, and I've done this workout, and we're not thinking about going from A to B. Oh no, I'm going to teach you a much better way than going from A to B. You need to pretend you already are at B. Yeah, you're already this guy. That is how you get there. Because remember, if the only difference between these two people is the mindset, then we already become that guy. It's not, you are not trying to get fit. That's a fucking pussy mindset. You're not like, I'm trying, I know I fucked up, but I'm trying. That is little bitch mindset, and you know it. You know it is. If you say, I'm trying, fuck off. You're not fucking trying. If you were trying, you would make it happen. You're an athlete. That is your identity now. I'm not someone that's trying to get fit. No, I'm a fucking athlete. That is who I am. That is how I navigate the world, because I will dominate other athletes in the fucking arena of life. I will overtake them and I will take what is theirs because I'm an athlete. That is the mindset you adopt when you want to go from 1.0 pissant to 2.0 fucking ferocious individual. You're not trying to get fit. That is fucking gay, and you know it is. You are an athlete from this point forward, and you will adopt what would he do on a regular basis. Whenever you need to do that extra rep, you will do it. When you need to say no to things, you will say no because you are in charge. Because what would he do? He would be in charge of all of his life. If you were to sit and write out all the things about you 2.0, what you would want it to look and feel like, I guarantee he's in charge of his life. He dictates where he goes on a weekend. He dictates who he sees. He dictates how he feels. Because we can control this, man. We can decide if we want to be sad or whatever. And I'll come on to that later in this lecture. So you want to already act like that. You are the driver's seat in your life. Too many fucking men are so passive and they just get beaten up by life. And before you know it, they are out of shape because they got dragged here and had to eat this. They got dragged there, had to eat that. They had to drink this to fit in with this group. They didn't even want to, but they did it anyway just to fit in because they're fucking passengers through life. And it's sad. And I might sound like an asshole, and hopefully I do, because then that will actually change someone's perspective. Don't be a fucking passenger. Be a pilot. Be a fucking pilot. Pilot shank for fun. So, and this is how this works in real time. I'm telling you to blindly think and believe that you are an athlete. I'm telling you, it's all up here. Nothing has changed, but you are going to think like that. And the reason I bring that up is this Mind Over Milkshake fucking study that was done. So Mind Over Milkshake, mindsets, not just nutrients. And remember ghrelin? Remember we spoke about ghrelin in our previous videos? This is the hunger hormone that's signaled to the brain. To cut a long story short, children were given two shakes. One was perceived to be a nutrient-dense shake, and the other was perceived to be a high-calorie, typical sugary milkshake. And it's funny, the group that took the high-calorie milkshake, their insulin just spiked through the fucking roof, and yet the other one, it drastically didn't. It increased their muscle protein synthesis. because of the nutrients in this. So the conclusion was the effective food consumption on ghrelin, the hunger hormone in the brain, may be psychologically meditated, and the mindset meaningfully affects the psychological response to food. So the fact there was a study on it that produced different points of the body, different reactions from the body when it was the same bastard shake is absolutely like living proof that you may as well do this. You may as well already tell yourself that you are the man, you are the athlete, you already have the body because you're going to act like that. Because that's the only difference between someone that has it and someone that doesn't. It's just what is inside his head. And I feel like I will have to say this in so many more videos than this one for the penny to actually drop with everybody. I'm only just myself really starting to resonate with it, and that's why I'm pushing it in a lot of these videos. It is literally just adopting the mind and being like, no, I'm going to take what's mine because it is mine, and that's all other people have done in front of me. So we need to stack wins towards the new you, the 2.0, because if you actually stack tangible wins because you've been thinking in this way, you will then concrete evidence into your own mind as to why this would work. Everyone remember when they went through basic training in the army? Now, I put an Instagram post about this. Why this is so powerful, why this can take literal vermin off the fucking streets of the UK, myself included, and turn them into fucking paratroopers that will dart out of the sky is absolutely insane. How that is the biggest transformation I've ever done myself and had the privilege of taking recruits through as well. It is absolutely phenomenal. How do they ever manage to execute this? The dross out of society turn into respectable, disciplined, and much more disciplined, much more fit than the average man. How do they do it? And I'll tell you how. They get people away from all the bullshit, all the negativity that would pull them back into their usual vermin life. They put them all together, isolate them, give them a set goal with set specific tasks to follow, and mentors and leaders to literally spoon feed them, literally, on a fucking day-to-day basis. No distractions, no chances of failures, just ferocious leaders, everyone with the same goal and a big strong why, and they're able to get to that point. So be around people that can help you get to the 2.0. What is your new version of Power Edge fucking Depot, or any military form of training does this to a degree, because you still get at the end of it a soldier when you did have fucking dross from society before it. So be around people that can create that. And that, obviously, if you get coached by me, then that's one version of it. But there are other people in your life that you would benefit from sticking around with a lot more, because they have higher standards, and they won't look down on you, but they'll always push their higher standard agenda, and you actually feel a little bit insignificant when you're around them. That's a very good thing. You should hang around these people a hell of a lot more, because just being around them, you'll start looking upwards, almost like a little a stock market up arrow, as opposed to down in the red, being around negative people. So you need to be around people with this level of environment, because this will skyrocket your progress towards becoming 2.0 version. The best bet is you just cut out anyone that's negative and just fucking listen to me, and I'll help get you. I will literally help you get to 2.0. Go one better than that. Try and find other people local to you that you respect, that are above you, and just hang around them. And that honestly will help you become 2.0 version of you, along with the fact that you already understand it's just a case of the mindset, and the body will then react after. Moving on, visualization. So again, this is a big one. This is really big. This is a free way that you are going to program your mind. Like, it's almost like a map for the real life of you to follow. Remember in the last lecture I spoke about before I spoke in front of a large group of people, I already mapped out in my head how it was going to run, where everyone was going to sit, where I was going to stand, where's the staff, what's the projector look like, what's my speech going to go, when's my pause, when do I rush pace, when do I pull pace, when do I make the audience feel important, already pre-visualized. And remember, I've got like a song. Make sure you have a song that you do for like visualizing. Don't think about cheating or being a bitch on your diet. This is real 1.0 behavior, but we'll go into this in a little bit in the next slide. People do this. People generally think about like cheating and like doing weak ass shit. I know for a fact it comes into people's mind. It doesn't just happen by accident. No, it doesn't just happen by accident. I know you fuckers are fucking sat there. The thought is coming to your head to cheat on your diet, and 20 minutes later you've gone and had the sugar. I know this happens. Do you know how I know? Because I get it as well. Every human being will get it. Everyone will get that monkey on their shoulder that gets them visualizing about fucking doing the wrong thing. It might be with food. It could be with anything. And in fact, this is why so many fucking men cheat on their partners, because they know it's wrong. They know they're not going to feel good after it. But in that very moment, it's the monkey on your shoulder going, do it. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. It'll be new. And before you know it, fucking marriage wasted. Only visualize the good wins. Pre-map out in your head how this gym session's going to go. Right, I know last time I got this. Okay, right, let's picture this time we're going to pick up the 40s and we're going to get fucking 7 reps. And then we're going to stack it from there. And after it, my chest is going to be fucking blown like mad. I'm going to feel like an absolute boss. Just visualize little shit like that in your life. I mean, you should visualize, like, in your own personal lives, before you're going to go and do important things, just sit for a second, play that song that is your song, and then visualize what it is. So what is your tune of becoming a 2.0 guy? I've got one at the minute. Let me find it for you. This is my tune at the minute. I'm not sure if it will play for you because of having the mic plugged in. But this is my tune that I played before. I need to go and do a certain visualization. So maybe you just do it in the car. Do it in the car when you go into the gym. Do it in the morning when you're having a coffee or something and you're getting on a little bit of a high. But honestly, just pre-thinking about how things are going to go in your life will make things a hell of a lot more smooth. I actually do this with your transformation. I already picture how the transformation's going to look, when it's going to post, and how fucking sick it's going to be for you, and how good it's going to be for me when the result comes in at the end. I already visualize all of them coming and the before and afters being stacked together. You should actually do this. This is how much I'm rooting for you guys, because I want this to happen for you, because I know how powerful it is. And again, it's not about the abs. It's about the man you've then become to get it and hold it long term, because you'll be a fucking boss. So it goes the other way, and this needs to be said. Don't replay negative shit. We all do it. Fucking stop it. Honestly, it's the worst thing you could do in the world. Some of you were on that last contract in Saudi, and the roommate story is obviously, you remember the guy I was sharing a room with. In fact, hopefully he watches this video, because he naturally could like play an image in his head or a story that had happened before, and we'd be talking and he'd say it, and he did it at least 10 times. We'd be sat there and he'd trigger himself, and before you know it, he set himself on one thing, set himself off on the other, and he's just barking at me, telling me the same fucking story of negativity and bullshit that it's just come from one little thought in his head that he just can't harness down and execute it. You are not your thoughts. But if you just let the bullshit play in your head, before you know it, you've got yourself angry. You're like, yeah, I'm going to smash this guy's fucking head in because... And we weren't even a real situation, but I know you've all felt this, because we're human beings and we do. That sort of stuff will compound in your mind. If you don't get rid of it, it will plug itself up there like a fucking crane. And that's what happened to the roommate. It played that story that many times in his head. It was just ingrained in his brain and would play again and again and again. It was anchored in there, and it would anchor another thing. And before you know it, he's sweating, barking, and just sounds like mad. This will bend you over. Who here wants to be bent over? No one. No man wants to get fucking bent over. We don't want to be near people that submit to life and life's hard and life really we don't want to be around people like that. We want to be around killers. We want to be around people that I fucking decide what happens in life. And even if it's bad, it happened for a reason. So fine. We want to be around people. We don't want to be around people that bend over. We don't want to be around people that complain. Why? Because it spreads. Remember when people signed off in the army? What was the first thing they did? They just didn't want those people around everyone else, because one guy signing off could pull another 2 people off as well. Anyway, so we didn't want that. It spreads. It drags you down. Being around, honestly, if you know people like this, get rid of them. I will do that as fast as possible. If someone is around me, I had this the other day. Met a guy in the gym, looked quite good, quite jacked, chatting to him. I was like, cool, we can hang out after. Hung out that day, negative shit. Talking about his fucking missus, how they're not getting on this. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I am not inviting that into my life. Guess what? Never spoke to him again in my life. Never will. Piece of shit. Do not come and bring that in. I don't need it. You don't need it. Why would you want that within your life? You don't. So if you have people like that in your life, get rid of them. Just absolutely unapologetically just jettison them out of your life, because they will do you no favours. Do not play negative stuff in your mind, because it will just send you into 1.0 version of you. You'll think like a 1.0 version of you, and it was never about that. It was about becoming the 2.0. What would the 2.0 version, would he have those thoughts? Of course he wouldn't. Would he have these people in his life around him? No, of course he wouldn't, because he's the pilot. He's not in autopilot, getting bent over by life, getting bent over by his thoughts or other people. He's in charge. And that's why he's going to get to the goal. And more, and more. That's how we need to be. You're the athlete. Remember that. I hope this was useful, boys. I fucking love these former topics. Like, getting you in good shape is fun, cool, but actually building an iron mind, that's what we're really here for. That's the fun fucking shit I like to talk about. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next one.